All right, so here we go again. Buckle up, making sure that the right microphone is on. It seems like it developed a problem over in uh, my Google Pixel, but I think maybe that's a hack trying to force me to spend the money for an iPhone. Been doing that for a while, and even they don't even like care. It's not just to, well, can we make them do it? I mean, they're whack like that. They're obsessed with adulterating other people. So Hashem's like, I used to be like, oh, there's an Indian person. They're probably so spiritual. So, or they're vegetarian. It turns out, like they're not, some aren't even spiritual. And then the others are like, in Hinduism, there are things will grant me a boon kind of thing, give me something. Well, that's what they're in there for. They're not in there for anything else. But yet there's Judaism, Christians, they're all part of that system. So like I said, Hashem develops a credit system so that you have a nice life if you come into the church, if you come into the synagogue, if you go to the Hindu temple, whatever it is, a Sikh Gurdwara. But what happens is Satan owns it. He gets people in to own, people in charge of it, people that are in power to be these corrupt, CIA types, and they end up owning the religion, skewing the information, and nobody that's supposed to be there is there. It's just a bunch of devils making money off of fake religion. So again, there's no Planet Fitness here, so we're getting rid of the planet. All right. Oops. Whoops. Yep, blocking his Planet Fitness. Yeah, I mean, pretty soon, hopefully, I should get that asteroid the size of what size should we make it? The size of South America. The size of South America. Hashem hurls it at the planet, hits the planet, moon spins out of control, planet moves on a trajectory for the sun, burns up, nothing left. Best plan that could happen. Nothing here, man. You're not gonna. Mankind is not gonna shape up. It's time to ship out. That's nice coming off. That's so nice. Suits on your license plate. You one of those people? Nah, I guess. So we begin to winterize federal agencies. Get ready for the winter months. Again, anybody that's got detention centers, and that's pretty much ICE, need to start getting ready for things that go on in the winter. So again, a revamping of the medical treatment is probably actually a cue, or medical services, should I say. So you're going to need additional medical service. You're going to need to clear them out of those rooms because your agents are just going to, they're going to be come down with blue whatever it is, flu, virus, blue death, the blue plague, and you won't have people to do the job, right? Right. So you have to just start focusing, fixing that part of it. Again, it's overwhelming to try to do what you're doing, but so again, the only answer is just to hire additional medical people and let them worry about it, right? Tell them what you need, have routine meetings with them, and they'll have at it. Health and safety people and medical staff. Right. We don't want to have a bunch of officers that come down with anything that be, something lifelong. Because again, it's probably a sign of what's going to happen in the winter. You get, if you don't fix it, you're not going to have staff to even run the place because they'll all get sick, right? That means the raids and everything, because right, the way it is right now, it's a very contagious scenario. Probably been lucky up until now. You don't want to stick them inside your vehicle or transport them anymore. Focus on transportation, paddy wagon system. So of course, you'll have a driver, but the driver should be cut off from the back area. It should be sealed, and then a HEPA system in a system inside anyway. Right. You get those minivans and hook them up. I mean, of course, you need large for a lot of the transportation and stuff that you do between facilities, and two facilities from your office. But for those raids, you want a minivan. And again, you want it to be HEPA certified, HEPA equipped. The key is to get off, get out of Dodge as soon as you can. You go in, they start their crap, and then you get out of there. Right, quicker than they start their crap. Hopefully. Now, the winter months might have a decrease in how much counter counter operations that you have to experience. I actually didn't want to come out today because I was like, I'm going to wait till it's in the 80s before I come out. But the sun's not like glaring or anything. I canceled my physical therapy today because I was like, I'm going to wait one more day and then I'll go out. Oh, it's been so freaking nasty. It's nowhere near what it's been now. Right? It's just like overnight, it all started. The weather just changed for the eastern United States and the Midwest. My brother, Philly's gorgeous. The weather for Philly looks like it's great. All right. I just can't afford to live there, which is a crying shame. I shouldn't want for money for anything. All the work I've done. Jeez. I've healed people. I put the word out how to stay alive while they're trying to kill you. For the for government agents. Again, they may not have heard directly from me, but it went through the grapevine. Right. Yeah, that was a take. They were trying to take over Border Patrol. That's what the suicides are. Anytime suicides creep up, that means the deep state's trying to take over or retake over. Right. Yeah, cop killers, man. They try to act like they're the thin blue line or something, but they're cop killers. That church is a cop killer. That church would kill an FBI agent in a second. For money, they do it. I'm sure Kabod would do it too. So what happens is, you go to a church, you go to synagogue when your life is not making sense, right? And they knew that, so they took it over, so they could limit, where you can go to get well. Okay? They would never stop, man. I know how it works. I'm not crazy. They're crazy, man. Right. If they didn't take over, they'd be in prison, man. Right. No, man, I might benefit from an iPhone, but I really don't relish spending that kind of money. This phone's paid off. Right. Where am I going? Phone. I have to look them up. Yeah, I might be going out to heal some of the Pennsylvania Dutch out there in Ohio. Might need some healing. No, I went to the LDS church and I was leery, but I was like, as long as they don't bother me and whatever. They started operating. I'm like, I'm not going to wait for them to bring the kids on. Forget this. In fact, I'm already around kids trying to do the what do they call that? The block it. The sacrament, because they do it. Like in LDS, they start when I don't even remember what the age was, like 9 or something. Like in the Aaronic priesthood. So it's kind of weird. It really is. They're kind of weird people. I'm not saying Joseph Smith was, but the modern day ones are kind of weird. Hopo! Where's the super vehicle? I've been seeing him around or her around. Where's she at? Where's she at? Where you at? The super vehicles wanted supervisor. Supervisor. Have a complaint? Let me see it, supervisor. Oh, yeah, it's white vehicle. Yeah, they're all full of shit. Cops are so full of shit anymore. It's disgusting. But Chicago had a bad corruption thing back in the day, but and everybody else is a little bit corrupt. Not like it is today. I mean, it's full on corruption, kill a cop, who cares kind of deal. Right. It's all about money. A lot of cops that get shot, the deep state's killing them. So they like hesitate, before they pull that gun out and then they get killed. Because they're afraid that they're gonna, try to burn them for it. Right. They know that trick. Popo! Are we in a high intensity patrol area, Popo? Ooh, Potbelly just came up as a cue. Somebody's smuggling dope. Right. I don't see anything else in relation to it. Keystering going on too. Don't ask. Don't ask how like you gave up. So, Nolan, 135th. Nolan, 135th needs to be healed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was looking for an electronic version of the Sefer Raziel Hamalak. What I suspect, it's not only me that wrote that. I mean, like, I didn't. It was me combined with Eliezer of Worms. That's what I think. And like somebody said, it was like written centuries before it was written. That's because that's when it was sent. Where do I do? What if I please heal that? But is there something else? I can't see anything. It's kind of jumbled, the cues. The Lord of Life preschool, I heal that again. Yeah, Rafa. Right. But I'm not sure. It might be larger than just that. Thanks. Oh, I know I'm over here. Okay. It's just like a homeless dude. Oh, healed. Yeah, Rafa. Welcome to Missouri. We're homeless. What's his name? Going into administration, the AG. Okay. Oh yeah, I got the cue. All right. So Halloween's coming up, and there's a hearse over here. Trying to figure it out. And I think some of it doesn't involve sex crimes. So you have to heal that. The kids came up again. My kid's dentist, but I'm not sure how that fits in. All right, man. Reels and deals, drugs and porn, child porn, reels and deals. Well, it's something's. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sex, gay sex came up. Kids Park became Kids Pork. Uh, right. Something's unfolding. So we're probably going to enter a witches season, which we do every Halloween. We were in an early witches season this year, some other one, and maybe there. I think I did find a reason for why it was a witches season. So Spirit Halloween. The hearse is over here. Young girls is coming up more than young boys. But yeah, it does look like murder. So we heal it, and hopefully, it doesn't happen. Maybe there'll be more information. Go by Target and see if because Target came up as possibly being something. Princeton, still mostly girls. Abductions, rapes. Let's heal that. Yeah, rough on. Oh, thank you. Okay. What is it? Oh, drive up is part of it. So drive up abductions. So you probably you want to do reminders. It's okay. I can't go around, lady. She probably sees my license, sheriff's license plate, so she's like panicking. Go around, go around. Okay, her daughter's a big woman. She put her hands on her hips, like she's gonna rule. So heal that kid. Oh, so she's probably already awakening. She'll try to kill that kid before that kid gets anywhere in life. I guess got a false cue from Laura Loomer. Said they were all Arabic. They're all going to be Arabic and Latino. And now was this black. That was all false cues from Laura Loomer. That's the problem in making her big. She sends bullshit out. And no, I'm real. It's real. Right. It's not only her. She's affiliated with some people. Right. I'm sure it's a variety of people, but we want them healed. Okay, so the way you're supposed to pray is that you heal the person that would commit the crime and the victims. If you pray for that person to be put into prison, then the crime has to be committed. You see, right. Or additional crimes, because you'll say, well, the crime's already committed. Heal this guy here. Oh, yeah, Missouri's nice in Kansas. I should have moved here a year ago. I was all screwed up. I couldn't get out of where I lived. If I did, I'd be way healthier. They were drugging me or something. I'm sure they got him to drug me. Thanks, Larry. They also car accidents around that season. Let's heal that. Like a pedestrian. That's what's coming up also. She's pointing at something, the witch. The kid dressed as a witch and it's pointing at something like or sending some sort of cue. Okay, the other kid touching her glasses. I see, but I don't see. Do I see? What does that mean? Jiffy Lube. That's part of it. Yeah. So again, I think it's probably going to be. We've got some gay pedophilia going on, and it's ongoing. Okay, so maybe in Halloween, it's gonna again. What was that case? No, I don't think it was. Yeah, maybe it was kids. Somebody introduced, like, there was somebody that got convicted for introducing people he would kill, that the other guy would kill. So what we're looking at is maybe, so it's ongoing. There's pedophiles out there. Could be drug dealers. Could be like a guy like he gives you beers or whatever. So Halloween's going to have parties, and there are going to be additional kids introduced to whoever it is. Right. And it's probably easier today because there's so much stuff on the internet that they see. Right. And drugs gonna be okay. So what do they call them? Roofies. They're going to be roofied. Oh, some might be actually a professional, healthcare professional who has drugs because they're a healthcare professional. That's what my kid's dentist insinuating, but it doesn't mean it's just a dentist. Okay, I think that's it. I'm gonna go in shopping here. Yeah, that's what the hint was, that the thing where I saw it was mostly women, and there was something in the background that were young women, young girls. It was skewed because they were more protected than the young boys, and that's why it came up looking like it was more prominent, right, to be the young girls. Okay, be careful. Casey Outdoor Furniture. Make sure everybody's okay. So when these outdoor gatherings for Halloween and all that, make sure people aren't there doing the wrong thing, abduction, touching, or even worse. We'll stay peaceful.